Last time on Troublemaker Plays.
It's wonderful to see you here. I've heard all about your remarkable find. It's caused a real sensation even here at F.A.T.H.E.R. I'm Dr. Tori Bartok, by the way, the professor's assistant.
I am Father. I have identified the optimal distribution of human resources. Professor Davy is leading the decoding team in the underwater lab. Dr. Bartok is coordinating all the organizational arrangements. And we also have a job for you.
Then maybe you could start helping me repair the data log right away. Unfortunately, the hardware didn't emerge unscathed from its time in the Virago.
Warning. Registering unauthorized access to my systems. Security protocols.
I'll input the data into our analysis program and let's see if we can crack the security systems. What is going on? Power cut? Oh no, the command console. All the systems are down. The oxygen pumps aren't responding. Hurry, our oxygen supply won't last much longer. It was close. I hadn't expected a technical failure like that. But at least the systems are running in emergency mode now. The unauthorized access to your Ark and the breakdown of our supplies reported by Eve seem to be connected to that. This firewall is unusual. It isn't an S.A.T.H.E.R. standard.
We have deciphered the computer virus source code, but I can't establish its origin. However, one thing I do know is that it wasn't developed by S.A.T.H.E.R. It is possible that the virus has mutated and continued to develop unchecked. However, more precise information will require further analysis.
Then we must carry out this analysis right away. We have to know where the virus came from and how it could have mutated to such an extent.
The epic conclusion. Okay, welcome to Troublemaker Plays. A little announcement. The missions will be getting slightly harder, so that means that my videos will be getting slightly longer. This means that when I post these on YouTube, they will be coming in parts. So this won't be so neat and tidy, and I'm guessing the majority of my audience will be skipping over certain videos. I will try to take the first video explain most of the strategy or tactic used for beating the mission, but some things are obviously going to be in the moment.
How is the computer analysis progressing, Father? The systems are starting to overload. I am registering an increasing number of values in the critical zone. We must abort.
Negative, Professor. I am about to extrapolate the source of the computer virus. If the analysis is interrupted now, all the data that has been gathered will be worthless.
Father's programming should prevent him from endangering human life. I think the computer virus is attacking his AI. I must disconnect his systems from the core network. I can't get access.
I am compiling the data. The virus came from deactivate energy, data transfer, from systems, unavailable, overwrite program, initialize deactivation.
We must stop the computer virus from spreading. We must seize control of the systems in the city from Father. My video link to Dr. Bartok has gone down. It's the virus. You must find her. We need her.
Dr. Tori Bartok. Access permission to all systems denied. Subject has been classified as a threat. Subject is being eliminated.
Father has gone completely insane. What are we supposed to do now? Ah, what's that? A distress call from C.O.R.E. That could be Dr. Bartok.
Please answer. It's Dr. Bartok here, at last. I'm okay, don't worry. Some colleagues and I managed to get to safety here, and we'll use the building as an operations base. We must try to disconnect Father from the rest of the network. But to do that, I need a computer that works, and above all, energy.
Oil. There was a source of oil here once, near my deep-sea lab. It was buried some years ago, but it could be reopened. I think I... I can do something for you. Maybe you could use a controlled explosion to release the oil source. I knew it would work. Now we just have to bring the oil up with an oil platform.
Registering energy shortage.
I don't mean to nag, but we don't have much time.
Like I said, this is the beginning of far more complicated missions that will take more time. In this one, you're going to be building a lab, but you won't be building the academy. As far as relations go, the lab is used for building items that you can use in your port or in your ship. All pretty neat. The academy builds advanced items that are just insanely powerful, but as you'll find out, they're also insanely expensive. They take many parts from labs. So, as you may remember, the S.A.T.H.E.R stuff is all very expensive. These people just love tools and building supplies. You also may remember that I put one ship on constant patrol, doing deliveries, and so I'm just making sure that he can dump off some tools and building supplies here as well. And sometimes you just want to do things manually. I'm picking up the oil for myself right now, just because I have large surpluses. If you ever have large surpluses of anything sitting around, you can just sell it, because you probably won't need it and your production will outpace. So right now I'm just changing up my trade routes so that
Quick, we can't waste any more time. There are no problems, only solutions, right?
Warning.
You are a threat to this city. It must be protected against you.
So Father's gone a bit crazy.
I'm intending to take building after building off the network, but to do that, I must first secure our operations base.
Please hurry. Time is of the essence, and the crude oil still has to be processed into carbon on your island.
You don't I have to hurry. There's no time on this. It's kind of a fake to get
Analysis
you
of
going
the
faster. When you go faster, you obviously make more mistakes and you're less useful. Carbon is probably one of the biggest pains in the ass, because it takes a long time to make. Only S.A.T.H.E.R uses it, and it's pretty expensive stuff to make. You need coal and oil, which are both, like, oil especially, because I think it's probably like 20 building supplies, 14 tools or something to build it. It's insane.
Registering energy shortage.
So in all these S.A.T.H.E.R missions, I usually choose Eden Initiative now, and the reason is simply because the S.A.T.H.E.R people can't make their own power, so they either have to get coal power from the Global Trust or windmill power from Eden Initiative, and I'm just more comfortable with windmills because they're cheap, they're easy, they're exact. Once again, just trying to make some sales, because as you see, my money's not doing so hot right now. I can't really buy anything. You generally don't want to be in this kind of situation. When you're in this, you just want to build a lot more buildings, a lot more homes, because homes are going to need tax revenue. And once you get enough homes, you'll be able to outpace that. But unfortunately, I'm working with very limited space here, and it's not entirely sure how much space I'll need for other stuff.
Excuse me if I sound a little terse, but I have work to do.
These missions get really hard because you're forced to add things that are going to cost you money, but they're not going to give you immediate profits. This massive decrease in income comes specifically from the oil rigs I set up. The carbon isn't actually going to be used yet. Carbon is a required resource to upgrade your Tier 1 science assistants into science researchers, and that's actually not a part of my mission objectives. I don't have to have that. So this carbon really gonna be kind of a waste. It builds some things that are kind of neat, but it's not a big moneymaker. All the things that it makes are basically those things that will upgrade your research assistants into researchers, and you don't need them for this. If you want to have a little bit of extra tax income, you can throw them in. That is if you have the fertilities for that.
Your conduct is appropriate.
So if you're wondering what you're doing so far, the mission is to...
Fish production still contaminated.
Oh, there you go.
Loading range of measures to develop an antibiotic.
Yeah, you're going to build a lab. This will increase your tax revenue as well. You just have to place it within your S.A.T.H.E.R buildings. And you use the lab to build specific modules that will help you out. A lot of the ones in this campaign are mission specific and don't exist in the game. Some more common ones like the generator do. It's just they're actually a lot more expensive than they are in the campaign.
Okay then, the Scientific Council is waiting for me.
Control group required for tests. Test object of fresh fish required. Game saved.
I suppose the real reason why I'm in the negative is because these poison fish. If you're in the negative, you have to look at your homes. If they're all happy, you build more homes. And if there's a shortage, you make more of that. But if it's only a shortage of high tier stuff, then you just make more homes. Like, it's a lot of judgment stuff and a lot of knowledge stuff. So right now I'm doing my kind of standard mid-game type thing. Just doing a little bit of exploration. And I had just learned about the postcard mode at this point, so I'm kind of playing around with that. It actually looks kind of silly to me. Just because you realize that all these ships are kind of boxcars. None of them are real ships. So when I drop off this fresh fish that's not contaminated, my tax number should go back to being solid.
All parameters corrected. Research into the antibiotics now possible.
So all the modules you'll need will be on the top, just highlighting these ones so you can see what they're about. And you can see they're all useful things.
Food supply ensured. Problem solved.
In a lot of these research-based missions, it's all about shit going wrong, because all of the research items have a chance of causing catastrophic accidents. And also, they require a high power source, and they require a lot of people around them. And as you use them, you consume more. So, yeah, as you're doing research, just things go bad. You're sort of doing well, and then suddenly, boom, you're not making money, and you're suddenly kind of sitting on your ass, like you can't really do anything. So yeah, just trying to sell things again so I can stay profitable. My mindset at this point is still, this is an early mission. I don't really need to take it too seriously. If you are struggling on this particular one, make sure you're always staying in the positive. In any mission you're struggling on, if you're in the negative, it's going to be 100 times harder. So this is one potential solution I come up with, and this is the idea that I can just build these little soft drinks. And in my head I keep calling them fizzy bubbler from Don't Mess with the Zohan, because that's kind of what it reminds me of. Just like a generic looking foreign drink.
Even S.A.T.H.E.R has to finance its research.
Of course, you look at the ingredients, it's kind of interesting. It's like a coffee drink, so it's like some kind of energy drink. Sugar and coffee. It's always pretty hard to do this when you're pretty broke. Like, if you're broke, it's actually a lot easier to just expand the number of homes you have. They'll sink their teeth into the tier 1 goods, which is just fish. And of course, at this point, you haven't had fish, so it wasn't an option. So carbon, despite being kind of useless, actually does sell for quite a bit. So if you ever have like a mass surplus of carbon, or almost any other S.A.T. thing, they will sell for a ton. Like even their drinks, everything, it all sells quite a bit. So yeah, don't be shocked about that. It's all pretty good stuff. So all this selling is just to keep me in the game. If you are $10,000 broke, you lose the game. So you always want to stay as far away from $10,000 broke, which is $10,000 in the red.
So I must devote myself to organizational.
Have you gotten everything underway? I can't wait any longer.
Human individuals are threatening my systems. I cannot allow this.
The safety mechanisms are implemented. We must now develop an antivirus and introduce it into the affected systems, but I can't do it alone.
So you've been given a new task, and you really don't have any money. In these research missions, you generally want to have a decent amount of money, because most of these just take money to make. So I'm being forced to sort of just liquidate everything I have. I don't really need all this
Just
stuff because it's
drop
extra.
by if you want to
and,
buy more SA-AT equipment.
Yeah. Kind of hoping that carbon will save me.
Just drop by if you need anything else.
So at this point I'm thinking like, wasn't there a global trust building?
Registering unknown individual on this island.
So I find him. And there he is. That guy actually I've never ever seen in the game before. I haven't seen him in continuous play, I haven't seen him in campaign play, I haven't seen him in mission play. Like, maybe he's in a scenario I haven't done yet. But I've just never seen this bald dude before, ever. Maybe he's someone generic they made specifically for this mission. But yeah, like, never seen this guy. Always dealing with Thornton or Stevenson or whatever they're called. So we still have some goods to trade, which is good. Not totally broke. When you're totally broke, you might as well start over. Like, if you have nothing to trade and you have no positive income, just leave. I'm trying to build this this energy drink stuff just so that I can get high tax income. And
The computer virus has disabled Father's security protocols. He'll attack us if we're not quick.
right, and yeah, I'm hoping that puts me in the positive. And I sort of know it's going to put me in the positive. Or at least close to it, because the energy drink's actually worth quite a bit. And if you're not aware, how it works is you get more tax income for a higher tier person or building, and you get higher tax income for supplying needs. So think of a normal society. Say you have 100,000 people in a city. They all have to go to a store, buy a product, and use it. Once they've consumed it, they buy more of it. That's pretty much how it works here. Same concept. So by supplying a product, you're creating tax revenues because it's all going to be government. Honestly, if they didn't have this bleak feature, this old Dawn of Discovery model of mercantilism wouldn't make sense at all.
Now, if you'll excuse me.
I was finally transferred to Division 7. Now I too can work in the new high-tech lab.
Registering new population class.
Excuse me if I sound a little terse, but I have work to do.
Game saved.
Just drop by if you want to buy more S.A.T. equipment.
What I did there is I limited the ascension rights and you do this whenever you want to have more supplies. These ones cost tools, building supplies, and
Excellent,
carbon.
but that was only a taste of things to come.
So if you need all three of these things, like, you should probably cancel off your ascension rights. And you can also do that if you can't meet the quota of the next class, as in just going to suck up all your fish and all your other tier 1 needs. So, a little bit of micromanagement here. You can't have everything be automatic, because they'll advance forward and put you in the negative. So yeah, just a little tip.